night. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Better place to get your personalized hats, shirts, koozies with a quick turnaround on shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to place orders and get specials today from the Green Door General Store. We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEGPC.net.
back here live on Pete and Reese TV live here today. The Gains Fitness Incorporated 100 here at Rockingham Speedway with a solid lineup of drivers ready to pit it down to the track. 16 of the toughest and the baddest going to go at it here today. In a big all-out battle that's going to take these drivers to and from the highs to the lows here in Rockingham. Presented by our friends at the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, Ford Entertainment Group, CustomPC.com, Gains Fitness Incorporated, Lightning, Wrapz, and of course, Shriver Twisted Creations. Big thank you to all of them here
Stage is
on
on
the
lap
show.
25, correct?
As we get ready to get down to the action here, down on the show, it is my pleasure to introduce you here, our friend here and colleague there, Mr. Michael Bollinger. Mike, it's good to have you back on today, buddy.
Good to be here. Sorry I couldn't be here last week, everyone, as I was dealing with some personal issues. But it's going to be a fun one indeed.
Fun one indeed here, and time to get settled into the track here. Michael, what do you got today for the starting lineup?
Starting on the pole will be and on row number 1 will be the 46 of Dalton McKinney. And to his outside will be the number 8 of Jeff Bratke.
Row number 2 will be the 98 of Sean Long. The outside, and that's 66. It will be Corey Stahl.
In row number 3 will be the 84 of Matthew Hoffert. And on his outside will be the number 00 of Chris Littrell.
Row number 4 will be Shane Ledoux with the 12. The outside, the 99. That is Wally Babb.
And the number 20 in row number 5 will be Jeff Oaks, and to his outside, the number 10 of Jason Henry.
Row number 6 is Mike Wright on the 76. The outside, and that 95. It is Robert Warrens.
In row number 7 will be the number 11 of Bobby Anderson. To his outside, the number 21, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn.
Row 8 will be Dennis Warrens in the 90 outside, and the 27 it is Corey Reed to round out your field today. Set it on our way, Michael.
With lights up on the pace car, he is pulled to pit lane. Fans on their feet as we are underway at the Rock. Looks like on the initial restart, our pole set of Dalton McKinney got a little loose and had some issues as we go under yellow right away.
Trouble down there in turn number 4 there. Matthew Hoffert in the 84 going for a bit of a ride down there, unfortunately off the corner. We'll have to take a quick look at the replay there and see what the heck happened to the 84. Looked like he might have got a little too aggressive there coming out of the chute. Maybe sending his way back around. Instead of our lighting wraps today, this is your Pete and Reese TV instant replay. Yeah, it just came around too hard there coming off of turn number 4, unfortunately. Thankfully, no drivers involved in the wreckage, but definitely a tough little deal there for Matthew Hoffert here. Unfortunately, that will give him the EOL on lap 1 there, so sends him to the pack, and that will have to fight him with the rack and the stack.
And I had just got out talking about having Dalton McKinney having a little issue on the initial restart, on the initial start as well. But the good thing is Hoffert just had a single car spin. At least he didn't take anybody else out either. But that's going to ruin tire strategy if he has any.
Feel definitely going to have to work around that a little bit. Corey Stahl right now into the second spot, 2 spots up. Dalton McKinney falling back a little early here. Surprising for the McDingers, 46th here. Definitely not quite what he was wanting to shape up to be when he wanted to bring it to kind of the table today. But nevertheless, he's going to try to get himself squared back up and see what he can do on the table as the drivers right now kind of linger their way through.
Linger their way through, avoid the trouble. Because I was watching some of these guys in practice. And I was noticing that some of them are overdriving some of these corners and spinning out in the turns and taking maybe themselves and maybe another car with them.
Yeah, it was one thing that the driver's meeting there. I actually was in touch with him. I said flat out to him, like, guys, you're at Rockingham. This is a slick as tough track. It's a tough track to get around. Don't let the truck get too quick out of the gate. Let it soothe in and kind of work around with this place, or you'll be paying the price for it. And Matthew Hoffer figuring that out the hard way. A troublesome little turn there for him. Now leads us back to our green flag restart zone here. So we'll double him up and get him ready to go back at it.
Indeed we will. Lights off on the pace truck. It's going to be Ratke, Stahl, McKinney, Littrell, Bab, rounding out your top 10, rounding out your top 5. As we are making our way back through turns 3 and 4 right now. Fans are getting up on their feet, shouting their favorite driver's name, waving them on by, as we're making our way back to the pedal to the metal restart zone. Just waiting for this pace truck to pull off onto pit lane. And as he pulls off to pit lane, these drivers know it, these drivers are ready. Let's send them back underway as we get to the pedal to the metal restart zone.
Chris Littrell, big run there coming off of turn number 2 there. Immediately just hit right into McKinney. Trouble down there. Trouble, unfortunately. Nasty situation popping up. Big wreck, unfortunately, coming down to the house. A nasty collision down there off of the back straightaway. And Littrell, unfortunately, catching McKinney completely off guard. My question, though, is which driver started that one first there coming off that back half? A nasty, nasty wreck, to say the least there.
So let's go back down to the pedal to the metal instant replay, sponsored by Lightning Wrapz. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it looks like Littrell might have. It's hard to tell from the angle I'm having.
Got hard for me to tell too, honestly, from that angle. We'll take another look at it. See who came off turn number 2. Yeah, it looked like Littrell, though, coming down that back straightaway got a little tight and ended up shooting down into the 46 there, so that will result in the EOL on him there, so.
It kind of looks like McKinney might have gotten a little loose too and tried to save it, but Littrell just kind of came down trying to correct his car as well, which started the whole mess. At least from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that was definitely a nasty little hit there. Unfortunately, drivers just had nowhere to go or where to get out from, and it was really not much they could do here. Again, obviously, Rockingham is a tough track to figure out, and they were warned too going in before this. Do not try to overstep your boundaries and be careful what you wish for around here. You may end up getting it. Well, they definitely end up getting it there. So I will say this real quick, race fans. I know I'm not as chip-rich, I'm not as excited. I do apologize that in advance, but I do want to say real quick, our condolences and prayers out to the Pottle family right now. Chantel Pottle is not with us here today, obviously, but I wanted to at least just say this as a friend and as a fellow broadcaster to her. PTM Race TV and everyone here is with you, Miss Chantel. We hope you're doing okay out there, and we are sorry for your loss there. So I am sorry in advance to the guys and gals out there that expected a little bit of a chipper's race and everything, but it's been kind of a hard day, unfortunately, and there's a lot of other things kind of going through the mind. So we're going to do the best we can to make it as exciting as we always do and try to have a little fun with it, but I cannot promise you that it all will be as exciting as it usually is. So we'll see what happens. The driver certainly can change that up pretty quick.
And speaking of excitement, the fans have a smile on their face. Had a smile on their face ever since the green flag dropped. And they still have that smile on their face as we are heading back to 3 and 4. Lights off on the pace truck, signaling we're ready to go back racing. Mess is cleaned up. Drivers are 2x2. As we're in 3 and 4, lights off on the pace car as he pulls down to pit lane. And let's send them back through the gears. We're underway at the walk yet again. Mackie getting a good jump off the restart. It's a good battle for second place between Corey Stahl and Wally Babb right now as well.
Whole lot of run, a whole lot of room down there. Everyone just trying to get something figured out here. Jason Henry in the number 10, currently trying to hold the 95 Robert Warren's back. Robert obviously trying to make something good of what he's doing, what he's trying to bring to the table as the field works their way around. Get a little trouble there for Corey Reed. Slaps the wall big time down there in the 27. Able to stay out of trouble, but definitely got himself into a bit of a mess there coming down. Troubles for him. That's Coach Richarell right now immediately trying to make up for the earlier mistake. And he's pushing the loud pedal up and getting himself a full pedal to that metal to try to get to this field.
And Corey Stahl ended up winning the battle for second, with Wally Babb sliding to third. After these early cautions, I'm starting to notice that these drivers are starting to get less aggressive right now, trying to let their tires get worked in a little bit.
That was that. Work the tires in. Don't run on cold weather, cold tires when you're on a slick track like this. Work the field in. Let everything kind of come to you. That's exactly what they had to do. That's exactly what they need to be bringing to right now as they continue to work their way down, though. Mike Wright on the 6 and the 21 of Robert Kahn kind of laying back low as the 20 of Jeff Oakes and the 12 of Shane Ledoux and Robert Warrens, the 95. Trying to just maintain their own distance, kind of maintain their own controls as the field worked their way from the top to the bottom. Certainly a lot of drivers knowing where to go, where to kind of push the limits to, but it's easier said than done to kind of hang on to it.
Racket currently having a decent, trying to pull ahead a little on Stahl, as I'm seeing it's 0.54 seconds on Corey Stahl right now.
Take a look at the lap timing here. Radke actually has gained a little bit of time from lap 17 to lap 14. His fastest time coming on lap number 12 actually, not the fastest of the day, but certainly enough to kind of dictate his own pace, kind of dictate his own run. So I think I may be giving him a little more confidence, start kind of laying in the gas pedal a little bit. Certainly doesn't hurt much either.
Does not hurt much either. Does not hurt much indeed, as this is going to be a long race. As only 16 laps in.
Remember, lap 25 is the stage break here, so that will give these drivers a little bit of time to kind of breathe, a little bit of time to kind of figure stuff out. I think when that happens, honestly, you'll start to see drivers kind of really get themselves more energized up, a little more focused.
And after our stage break, it'll be a 75-lap shootout to the checkered flag. This is going to be a good one, race fans. As you do have Corey Stahl starting to close the gap little by little on our race leader, Ratkia, right now.
Back in the pack right now, the old Oak, Jeff Oakes in the 20 continues to push up with Shane Ledoux in number 12. Ledoux just trying to stay relatively in his own area, his own little lane there. Every driver right now just trying to get what they can out of the equipment and they can out of themselves, and it certainly is doing themselves some good, some favors, but it's so difficult to really stay in line and in touch with each other and then realize where you're coming from, where you're going to. I think that's really one of the toughest parts about trying to race this kind of line out, trying to race this kind of speed down, and that in turn is what is making it so hard to make a good pass. It's trying to find one little runoff and then making sure you don't wear and destroy the tire out completely. You're hoping the other one will just kind of run themselves down a bit and then take it from there, but easier said than done in these kind of races.
For as say this track can get, I'm surprised the wear is not the same here, but it could be. I'm just interested to see how these hot tires are how these drivers are gonna be able to handle cold tires. They have to make green flag pit stops and still be able to get back up to speed without spinning out.
I'd say probably the biggest thing for them there is just making sure whoever's there don't want to be put ahead of them or whoever they want to keep behind them, they'll just simply run them into the ground, run them down a little bit harder. As we got the 95 of Orange right now making a charge And the Lieutenant Jason Henry, Con and Warren right now hard charging, hard battling off, just trying to see who can stabilize the other. But at this point, solid position, solid gain of traction there for him, as now the old Oak comes up right into the shadow of the Rattlesnake. And Oaks probably getting really sick and tired of me saying that, but honestly, he's been dealing with Con for so long that it's just kind of gone more towards Con's favor most times. He's been trying to figure out how to change that as soon as he can, really.
Change that indeed, and I've been looking at the field and I noticed that Con is the only lone wolf other manufacturer out there. Besides Chevrolet, Toyota's the only other manufacturer I'm seeing out there tonight.
The only Toyota out on the track today here. 2 more laps left to go. Rolling her right off down from the corners here. Radke trying to stay ahead of Stahl. Looking to kind of dictate the pace up here. One more time by. As they move in, Radke having a good little showcase out of the gate and a good little timing spot. This will put him certainly right in the hunt, in the picture. Off of turn number 4 here, Radke will take home the stage break.
As the green checkered will fly as we hit the stage break.
Stage break commencing, stage break on set there, and that will let the drivers take some time to kind of catch their breath, catch themselves off guard. Back on the track here, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, there is more action to be had here on P10 Racing TV.
Pell Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media. Everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By GainZFitness Incorporated. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations, twisted mind, sweet design.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry, photography, and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here as we're getting all settled down on the track here. Stage caution coming out there for the drivers, getting everyone put back in their place in their position here in the GainZFitness 100. Right now, currently, Anderson and Con are going to be the ones heading up to the track here. Warren's Ledoux and all of them going to be in the same boat. Stahl, Radke, Babb, and everyone else kind of taking a little time down there to see what they can do with the tires, what they can do with everything else. Fuel mileage definitely a big keystone point though for Anderson, Con, and all of them. So we'll see what happens for them in this case here as we roll them down back to 3 and 4, Michael.
Indeed, indeed. And real quick before you send them back to the green, I do want to mention some of these drivers, if not all of them, are all on fresh and cold tires, as we are sending them back to the green as we are in the pedal to the metal restart zone. Back to the gears we go as we're underway in stage number 2.
3 wide, coming right off turn number 1 and 2 for just a brief second there. Flipped off. Shane Ledoux. Oh no, that's trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble, and that's a wreck.
We both caught it at the exact same time, too.
Shane Ledoux and Wally Babb just coming way too hard off the corner from turn number 2 there. Both drivers taking a nasty little tumble there. Pretty sure that one's on Ledoux there. That was definitely a nasty, nasty little hit that unfortunately he took from that. But we'll take a look at the replay as we always do and see what the heck happened there. So the track was clear from the 3 wide, but Ledoux, yep, just smashed that wall in. You can see the damage model doing some good use out there. Tore the whole front end almost completely right off the fender there. Ledoux definitely not too happy about that one.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. From what I saw, it kind of looked like he almost got a little loose and smacked the wall, and from there, trouble brewed.
I think honestly he got a little tight, then he smacked it the way it looked. I mean, you come off that corner there, you just can't roll that corner off like that. You've got to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more stabilized. So, I mean, that was a big deal there, unfortunately. He just couldn't quite get it figured out there.
It's going to be interesting yet again to see how these cold tires are until we can get back, until these tires can get some line into them.
I think it kind of benefits right now for Anderson and Kahn, though. I mean, think about it for a second. Those guys, they currently just had another caution fly out. They only went and got fuel. That means they've got 2 tire sets left behind. That could be a very big risk, but it could be a very good payoff if they use them just right here.
Just like as some drivers do say, take a track position when we can get it. It's not easy to get at some tracks. And it's been shown here so far today in just these first 31 laps. And this is why you don't get aggressive early on cold tires, race fans.
Well, some don't quite see it that way. Some think you can get it moving and going quicker than you know it. All hindering on whether or not the power and the speed can take it down to the brunch.
And lights do appear to be off the pace truck. I'm so used to saying car because don't it's car. But yes, lights are off. The field is 2x2. It is Anderson, Kahn, Wards, Stahl, Ratke taking it to the top 5. As we're in turns 3 and 4, race fans are waving their fans on their favorite race truck on by yet again as the truck is in pit lane. And it's showtime yet again. We're back underway.
I'm interested to see how this turn 1 goes for these guys. They're going to have to be very careful on this one. Kahn immediately trying to set the truck off on the wall. Gets it nice and stabled up. Again, trying to go double file in here on that turn especially. It's almost like a prison sentence. You just never know if you're going to even get out or you're going to be trapped in there forever. That wall is a ruthless animal off too, but thankfully everyone cleared this time. Now look at just trying to get drivers to spread out. The best way to do it is to force them either to the bottom or set them to the top and let them go from there. Corey Stahl immediately getting the aggression level up as he throws the 66 back ahead. Robert Warren's now same boat, same situation. He's trying to make the moves and make the runs for it.
Well, I saw Robert Kahn do that same move in turn 1 and 2, push Bobby Anderson low to the line so he can, and Robert Kahn made the pass right after.
John Long a little bit loose there coming off the turn 4. You see just a little bit. And same with Jeffrey Radke in the 8. Both drivers losing a little bit of speed, a little bit of ground. The rattlesnake right now trying to lead out as Stahl continues to try to hunt him back. Stahl again, I believe this season's still winless. Would love to change that today though. He's had a lot of great wins here on the show and he's got a couple of them to his name, but he'd love to add another one to the mantle. Best way to do it is just by simply drive it off.
And it appears to see that that Stahl tried to pull off a little bit of a slingshot. As we are now too wide for the battle for the lead.
Double side in, fresh tires, rub up, and Khan back down. Stahl getting ahead. Big move there as both drivers almost catching a bit of a break there.
But let's not count out Robert Warren and Iraqi yet, who are both still trying to fight for a third right now, and maybe even try to fight for a lead here in a few moments.
Warren, Zaraki, Oaks, Long, Anderson, Henry, Kenny, Littorelli, your top 10 right now. Everyone not separated out by more than about a second and a half from the 5th spot to the top spot. That certainly can make a bit of a drive here for some of them to catch up with, and Racky and Warren look like they're trying to get that dialed up now.
It appears to be that Corey Stahl right now is still holding on to his lead as he's starting to pull. As his time is changing. Right now it's at a 66.66 right now on time.
I like what the old Oak's doing right now in the number 20. Currently he's kind of staying more towards the middle ground, not trying to be the race leader, not trying to get himself into any dilemmas. He's being more focused and more calibrating on his calculations here, looking just to try to get the best out of the other here.
It's gonna be, well, we should hopefully start seeing maybe some pit stops soon, probably for some of these drivers with their pit strategy, having some tires sets left. But I think some of these drivers are gonna try to hold it out till lap 50, then try to get tires. That way they can have an extra set of tires in case you go to green, white, stripe in overtime.
Well, for those that went in and took tires already, they're pretty much kind of only left with one extra set of tires now. So remember, you only get 2 tires going into this race. So if you lose all two sets, then you're done. That's all you get. So you got to be very calculating on where you decide to use a certain set of tires and use a certain set of speeds and barometers here. So, I mean, right now anyway, I think I kind of like the idea of what the guys that stayed out and with just fuel did, and now just kind of just let it roll out here for the rest of the race. Those tires could come into a factor, but it's also kind of unclear how much for those heavy hitters they're going to really be using on themselves, because guys like Corey Stahl and Jeff Racky are already making some huge headways here.
Now, I feel like, I know I said it once, and I'll say it again. Pit strategy, sometimes wins races.
Speaking of strategy, there's definitely a little bit of rivalry brewing there, obviously, between Oaks and Warrens. Robert Warrens and the old Oak have not exactly seen eye to eye on some things. That may have been another not sound eye to eye thing on Oaks there. Robert, though, at least keeping himself under control, didn't want to take the old Oak out for a little bit of a bump draft or a little bump spot. Oakdale definitely caught it a little close, but he has speed and he's gaining traction on the rest of the field.
Well, it's just like a rivalry between two certain drivers in the Cup Series, too. Two drivers I'm not going to name. The 11 and the 1. If you saw them going last year, you should probably know what I mean by they had a little bit of a rivalry last year.
Well, I think I was just more focused on the Ross Chastain don't give a hoot tour, and more than anything this season it seems like that's been kind of derailed thanks to a little Hendrick camp down there, but that's a different story.
Well, I feel like after him getting taught a lesson last year at Pocono, that changed his ways.
Or maybe not. This one might change a few ways though. Khan rubbed up on the double O. Oh, Khan, no, not again. Well, I knew something might be up. Littorel and Khan, both drivers just getting right into it one another here in a nasty little situation just coming up right off of turn number 2 there, and we're going to have to go to the replay, see who started it. Littorel rubbed on Khan. Khan was clear to get back in, and then those two, as they came around, yeah.
This is going to be a tough one to watch. But thank goodness that we have in-car cameras too to see if anything happened.
I honestly think both of them are at play for that one, so that's going to be on both drivers there for that situation. Khan looked like he could have backed off, got away from Littorell, and then Littorell kind of came right back on him. This is where the situation started. And Khan, the 2 weeks in a row, have had some situations pop up, but yeah, that was definitely
Yeah,
not a good position there.
I agree. From looking at Khan's helmet cam that he's wearing tonight, kind of looked like that he definitely could have backed off instead of going in the turn the way he did as well.
Both drivers at fault, both take the EOL.
You do have some drivers pitting like we have Chris Litwell in the pits. We have Dennis Warrens in the pits. Jason Henry, Bobby Anderson, Corey Reed, and Dennis Warrens all hitting the pits. Looks like we have Robert Kahn also in the pitch as well as Shane Ledoux.
Yeah, that was just a nasty little situation. I can get where Khan's frustration is. Believe me, we've all been down that road before, but there's just one thing you've got to be careful about. It's getting too crazy and too out of shape there with these guys, and I think he's well aware of that. So I think he's going to get himself a full instant repair and probably get some fuel and some tires underneath him.
And that's what Warren old tires can do for you too, as well, for your race fans at home.
And again, an EOL was given to both drivers. Both are at fault. No matter how you look at it, they're going to call that one a fault one. So that is how they'll take care of this one.
Tough break for both these drivers. But if you race fans at home know what Khan's capable of, we'll probably see him within the top 10 within a few laps here. As the field is still single file, while we should be seeing him get back 2x2 any moment now.
Yeah, we should be getting them all squared up here a little bit after that one. So I think everyone's kind of learned their lesson. Hopefully we get this kind of more dialed in here.
Let's hope, but we still have a few more pit stops to go in this race. If these drivers haven't learned a lesson yet, they'll probably learn a lesson when they get involved in something on cold tires. Now it looks like from what I can see on pit road, Chris Litwell decided just to go ahead and park it for the night and go ahead and just start loading it up for the day, as his truck had too much damage. As we are back underway!
Dahl punching the gas out of the gate. Ratke looking to try to work his way around on the outside. Oaks and Long currently looking to go back at it a little bit down from turn number 3 and 4. It's Ratke and Stahl though. Big battle off to the lead. Stahl getting a slight advantage on the outside. It's usually where the run will come from, but it's also in dividend to that tough little line you got to run from off of the corner, which is trying to hang on to it before getting too close to that wall protection. Thankfully, he rounds it down a little bit, and Jason Henry coming off turn number 2. Problems for the 10, as the 10 has got an destroyed left front tire. The wheel is flat, it's gone, and he has nothing he can do about it except to head to pit road. The entire left front housing is destroyed. That is a flat tire on that one.
And let's hope he can get back in pit lane before the field comes around. Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's in pit road now. He'll be okay to get that thing in, but unfortunately he's going to lose at least a lap or two from that. As the field now looking to roll their way off. Dalton McKinney, Sean Long still holding in the top 5. Oak, Stahl, Racky hanging it up down there. Currently the Rouse thing trying to fight his way back in. Same with Mike Rideout, Bobby Anderson, Dennis Warrens here after their strategy got thrown out the window. Nothing they can really do about it, but again, that's just part of the racing deal. You kind of wait it out for something good to come your way, and then sometimes it just never does in these kind of races.
Indeed, indeed. And didn't our race leader Racky win last week as well?
Yeah, Racky last week catching probably the biggest break thanks to this guy right here in the 99, and the Rouse thing Robert Kahn just absolutely tearing themselves apart on the final lap. They drove it in deep. They drove it in as hard as they could. Bab thought he had enough to keep it stable to a drag race, but unfortunately Kahn caught in the wall. Bab drove it way too hard up and slipped in there. And both drivers just unfortunately with a huge racing ordeal. There's nothing you can really do about that.
Tough. Yeah, sorry I couldn't be there last week, fans. As I did say I was out for personal reasons.
You're all good, bud. We all need it once in a while.
But it does look like Racky's trying to go for a 2 for 2.
Matthew Hofford earlier on, again catching a little bit too close to that turn 4 corner there, ended up sliding himself outward and now trying to see if he can kind of rile it back up. As they come to, oh no, not again, not again. Another massive wreck coming down off of turn number 2. And right now Rockingham is destroying a lot of equipment out there.
And folks, this is the big one. And yes, this is not Talladega or Daytona, but still, the big one. This is going to be a fun one to diagnose.
Came right off, and Dennis Warrens just caught the 27 and got into the 21. Kahn didn't even know where he was at. Dennis Warrens, though, man, that 90 just catching a piece of him there. Unfortunately, there was nothing they could really do about it, but here's one more look at the replay. Yeah, Kahn's coming out of pit road, and then he just got completely destroyed and dismantled in that. Just a nasty situation there, unfortunately.
And with this latest caution, we are going to have a bunch of trucks hitting pit lane, it looks like. As we have Robert Kahn, who just exited pit lane, has having to go back into pit lane. Dennis Warrens, Mike Rideout, and Bobby Anderson. What a tough day to be the rattlesnake today. Just be glad we're up here, not on Kahn's pit on Kahn's pit box.
I would certainly not want to be these guys when this is over with, because right now there's going to be a lot of damaged trucks, and I'd probably say a lot of bruised egos down there. But I mean, again, these drivers knew Rockingham was not going to be easy. It was not going to be for the faint of heart, but hey, it's part of the deal sometimes.
Yeah, and I know that feeling all too well as a team owner on iRacing. I even told my drivers, these trucks aren't cheap. Take care of them. But yet they get wrecked out every week.
Yeah, you got a few rich boy billionaires playing around with some kids there in the trucks. I mean, of course that happens every now and then.
So I know how these team owners in this league feels right now.
6th caution of the day out of 60 laps, so you want to do the math, 10 laps before caution came out, although we have to kind of throw a mulligan in there because there was a lap where we had stage break. So obviously definitely not the day for the 21 of Kahn, not the day for Dennis Warrens in the 90 or Christopher Terrell in the 00. Shane Ledoux also having a lot of tough issues there. Matthew Hofford finding himself in the receiving end, a few of them. Just a tough ordeal here for everybody, and these drivers, I've got to believe at this point, are just getting absolutely timid on just how much craziness is falling into their place.
Well, if we take into consideration, we've only had 5 racing cautions and only one caution is for the stage break. So 5 cautions for 61 laps. That's pretty good.
It's not too bad, but at the same time, honestly, I kind of expected a little bit better out of these guys because, again, they are extremely good drivers, extremely good folks that know how to bring it with the best of them. But right now, anyway, it just seems like it's getting harder and harder to get a grip and kind of get a little bit more of an idea on how to take it from this table here.
Let's just say, if you can't drive the track, then you shouldn't be in a truck. That's what most people say, but this is a sim, not real life. That's why a lot of drivers at home, before they go to a race, they'll hop on their simulators and practice the track at home before they go practice on the real track. But the pace truck into pit lane, we are back. Underway! With Rocky and Stall battling it out for first and second right now. Oh, it's McKinney, Bab, also in the top 5, trying to fight for a spot.
Well, running back around right now currently is a beautiful drive there for Radke. Stall tries to hang in there with him. Tire strategy's kind of getting thrown out the window now. It's just kind of a matter of personal tempers and personal control of the truck. And the way this is starting to go, it seems like those that stay out the longest, those that stay out the furthest can get a little bit of a better idea and a little bit of a better course on how to kind of take control of this race.
Taking control, learning the track, not being aggressive on cold tires, that's what's gonna need to be coming down to. And pitch strategy as well. And with a little bit of Talladega mixed into the race this week.
Well, so far anyway, it's been mainly just who can ever stay off turn 2's wall. Honestly, will be okay, but if you get into that wall, turn 2, you pretty much just better be counting your prayers and eating your vitamins. At this point, you're going to need to be strong as it gets to deal with that kind of punishment out there.
And knowing how to keep truck control too if you go on the wall. If you're truck getting loose, hold it to the wall until the field passes before you go down to try to avoid trouble.
The Old Oak right now having a little bit of a game plan here, facing out 3 wide, barely. Mike right out, backs out. That was close. I don't blame right out for trying to push the game plan there, but that was a muscle move right there. That could have ended in disaster, and I think even he knew it.
Right now we have a little bit of a battle between Jason Henry and the Old Oak right now. Now we have Jason Henry pulling up on Bobby Anderson right now as well. And the 99 of Wally Babb, trying to make it a battle for 5th.
He was trying to hold on to the 5th spot, but Anderson right now and Jason Henry having a little bit of a different plan or a different game set here. Kind of rolling them right off and set to the corners and down to the turns. Looking to try to see what he can kind of take up and see what he can kind of take down into.
Let's see if we get the 76 of Mike Grado into the party, trying to make this a 3-wide battle here.
He was battling quick earlier on. He had a chance to actually make a good pass. It didn't quite work out in his favor. I think maybe he might have kind of figured out a way to tone it down just a little bit more. But he's still in it with those two. If one of them makes a mistake, gives him an opening, it certainly will not hesitate to jump in. But you can just see how quick and how easy it is to roll the truck up and then kind of push it up a little bit more at the other. That's kind of the hard part about Rockingham. At the same time, it's the best part about Rockingham is it forces drivers to get clever and more precise in how they hit their maneuvers.
As you have Dalton McKinney hitting pit lane.
Probably looking for a fuel run here and trying to find a little bit of speed. Robert Warrens, though, right now, the 95, desperately at this point, needs to get something figured out, because if he does not find a way to take down Racky in this race, Racky could be possibly shooting out the gaps. He's starting to shoot out the places here and start taking control. It's going to be one tough little hombre here as he works his way down off of turn number 1 and 2. Racky leaving the door wide open for the 95, and the Robert Warrens looking to put the hashtag Rip Tuck in towards the top.
As you do have two more drivers hitting pit lane of Corey Stahl and Wally Babb hitting the pits as we speak. And Jeff Racky also in the pit, with Jeffrey Oaks right behind him, and Jason Henry. Not Oaks, my bad.
Momentum starting to run a little higher on these guys. I think honestly now they are just looking at trying to dictate the speed, dictate the control. Question is, what will Racky and the other boys do? Do they decide to take all fuel and tires, or do they go just fuel? In my opinion, it'd be kind of risky to just do fuel, so I think they got to at least take right sides. Maybe all fours will help them, but it only really will help you if you can get a good run out. Racky right now looking to take all 4 tires. Yep, he'll take all 4s. Oaks getting in there now. Henry took all 4s. So Robert Warrens now. The ball is in his court. See what his decision is to make here.
And we have Bobby Anderson hit pit lane with Jeffrey Oaks as well this time.
Matthew Hoffer back on the lead lap too, actually. He's not too bad either for the 84.
As Robert Warren did take the lead on that last round of pit stops as well.
Well, he took the lead before, Racky even went into pit road, honestly. I think Racky was just trying to back off, let him by so he could get ready to go to the pit. So I think that was kind of the game plan all along for him there.
You want me to take a look at laps since last pit for our top 5, see when they all last went and see if they're going to need to pit one more time or not.
Well, presented by our friends over at Gaines Fitness Incorporated. Here is your last pit stop. Sean Long about took himself to the Shadow Realm. For Robert Warrens, he's got 29 fuel limit tires on that one. He's got currently a ride-out who has been all over the place in his pit strategy. 20, 21, 11, and 18 on the fuel offered. Currently running on lap 10 fuel run. Corey Reed on 17, Long on 10, Ledoux on looks like 29, and looks like 44 for McKinney before he went into pit road. Racky about the same number, about 46 actually, as pit stops for Sean Long now come into play.
So what you're saying is more than likely every driver in the top 5 is going to have to make a pit stop, more than likely.
More than likely, and probably will need to, honestly. Even if Warren's figured out a way to kind of hang out there for a while, he's going to have to go into pit road. He's only got 31 lap fuel on him, and they only go, it seems like, to the maximum about 49, so he's going to be a little short.
They're going to be a little short indeed. And it's currently Warrens, Rideout, Hoffer, and Reed, followed by Dalton McKinney rounding out your top 5. Now you have Robert Warrens in pit lane, and he almost spins out, but he saves it. Good save by Warrens.
Nearly lost that in the corner. That is one thing he really cannot afford to do, and he knew it. Good save, though, on his end. Meanwhile, Jeff Racky in the 8 looking to find a back way in to Dalton McKinney. Tries to keep him behind. If he knows those other drivers got to go to pit road, he'll have his hands full with it. Robert Warrens right now deciphering his strategy. And it looks like he'll take right side tires, trying to hurry out. He'll get to the front half here and have a chance to go at it. Best for Rack pit stop. He tried what he could, but he couldn't quite get it ahead enough. Racky and McKinney will jump it ahead. Mike Rideout now looking to try to dish it out as long as he possibly can. There is a slight chance for Rideout to actually pull away with this one if it stays green. Because right now, the way I'm looking at it, Rideout is only on lap 24 fuel and tires. What that means is, you see how far that some of these guys went, like Racky and them? They went like 46. There is a chance. But Rideout has got to save the fuel and watch out, because this could literally backfire in his face. He's looking to try to do the unthinkable and shock everyone else out here on the track.
Trying to pull off the upset. As we did have Shane Ledoux hitting the pitch, as well as Dennis Warrens as well, while we were away.
Lap traffic right now on the way. As Corey Reed, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy!
Is
he gonna save it?
Yeah, he saved it. Jawali Babb and Jason Henry just giving him a little nudge, though, trying to get him moving. They're trying to get back on the lead lap, and they're trying to fight to get to Rideout if they got a chance here. With lap traffic, though, man, it's so difficult to make a proper working move, especially when you're battling as hard as you are. One wrong move, though, from these guys that could cost him. Oaks almost sends it 3 wide. Babb does send it 3 wide. They clear it. Can they get it through? They do. Close call, but they got it through there. Now, Reed, I probably would back off a little bit, bud. You got the old Oak coming up on you right now.
As that was almost some trouble as they were 3 wide.
Could have been a lot more trouble. That could have been a nasty little mess. And Mike Rideout and Corey Reed right now, the 2 drivers from the Canadian region right now, trying to bring one home to their fellow countrymen and countrywomen out there.
Right now, it's a battle between the 76 and the 84, and the 76 just got passed by the 84, who put the 84 close to being on the lead lap. Don't know if it's on the lead lap, but he did just make a pass. Off it. The pass on the right.
Yeah, he's still a lap down right now. A couple laps down, actually. He was trying to get his time back, but unfortunately, he's a good lap or 2 back still right now. And I think at this point, it might be time to cut his loss on that. I don't think he's going to get it back in this one. We're talking about a great little run there from these drivers. Everyone trying to figure out the proper strategy, the proper move, and almost seamlessly getting kind of thrown a bit of a curveball here. Racky and McKinney still hard mounting, hard charging, giving it everything they got.
Now, if I was Rideout or Corey Reed, who's just now going to pit lane, I do not want to see the yellow flag. If I was these drivers under a lap down, I do want to see the yellow flag.
I think Mike Rideout's the only one at this point that doesn't want a yellow flag. If Reed gets that yellow out, he might have a chance to actually get back out there and keep his lead position, but too little too late for that. He's going to lose it out here as now Stahl trying to make a bit of a resurgence here, still having to deal with these 2 fighting hard for that 2nd spot. And again, they are still a good amount of time away from one another here. Remember, they're both currently on the last bit, but now they've caught the leader trying to get their lap back, and they're going to battle hard with Rideout in front of them. Rideout, if I was you, get low and let them through. Don't bother with them. Don't bother with them, bud. Just stay out of the way. Let them race it. Coming down. Oh, my. McKinney backing down. Racky jumping it ahead. He made the move, and the McDinger's 46 found himself trapped. Rideout trying to stay out of it. Nearly 3 off. Clears the gap. Hangs on. 9 to go. This time on by.
And with Rideout getting high like that, he lost a lot of time, allowing Racky, McKinney, and Warrens all to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, but
maybe even more.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's enough, honestly, to even catch back up to him. And remember, they just got their lap back. There's 9 laps left to go. Unless Racky saved the heck out of the tires for a huge run, I don't think even he has enough to catch him. I think at this point, he's kind of found himself in the trouble of doom.
Oh, unless Rideout has to go pit as well. If Rideout doesn't have enough fuel, that's going to put him losing some spots.
Rideout right now is currently just a saving fuel man and nothing more, hoping and praying that he saved enough. We've seen, the funny thing is too there, Michael, this track has been known to give it to the underdogs before. Remember Steve Parks back in 2001? Only got like a 2nd win ever, and it came, of course, in a very favorable time. Oh man, Anderson, don't do it, man. Oh my, he almost got it close on right out there. Some other of the greats that have won around here, like Jeff Gordon and them, also got themselves into the top spots here before. And of course, the big names and the faces that you probably all remember too well. But again, this track seems to really bode well for underdog drivers, as long as you can make it work. Henry, oh, he gave right a little tap on the side. Wybab right in the mix, 3 wide, down the back straight away. Oaks gonna try to hold it. He had no choice. He clears it right out, trying to stay out of it. These guys are going absolutely crazy right now, trying to get ahead. But the more they do it, the more they risk getting one of those cautions to fly out.
As we have 5 laps to go. Now with these tires being warm, you're going to start seeing some drivers trying to get aggressive here. Late in this race, trying to get position and get back on the lead lap.
Oh, right out, couldn't get it to go the whole ride. He was hoping for it. It's not going to happen. He's going to pit road. Radke, Warrens, and McKinney. They now will fight for the race lead. Right out gave it everything he had. It just was not enough.
If Ryder can hold him off, he'll go back to back. As Ryder almost gets passed by Robert Warrens in 3 and 4.
Radke
not right up, but Radke.
Yeah, I was about to say, Radke right now currently trouble on the inside. Here comes Robert Warrens. Big jump, big run, big push. Gonna set it in there. He's got a line. He's got the seam. Can he hold it down? This is gonna be another drag race yet again. These two going head-to-head last time at Auto Club. It did not go well. Can we get a clear-up job this time? McKinney into the wall. Cleared out, gets it out of there. Robert gets just a slight advance coming off turn 2, but Warren's right now currently just trying to stable it up. Radke looking to get him with 2 to go.
And lap traffic in the way. This is going to be, see how they can get around this.
Reed will have to choose a line. He's going to try to play, he's playing in the middle. I think he's going to kind of mess up both drivers. Both guys trying to find it. Trying to set it. Oh, Radke gets it down off of turn number 2, and it might have just destroyed everything he had.
And we still stay under green.
White.
Robert Warren takes the lead.
White flag out, presented by GainZFitness Incorporated. Robert Warren's just got a gift from the heavens above. Jeff Radke out of this one, and that cannot bode well for the number 8, but for Robert Warren's. He's been here before, and this time he'll bring it back on top. The big pink 95, gonna be like a big Cadillac tonight. Your winner here at Rockingham is going to be Robert Warrens.
With Dalton McKinney, Jeffrey Oaks, Wally Babb, and Jason Henry running out your top 5.
What a race. What a race here. And a good battle off for everybody involved. No one left anything out off the table. They all just said, let me go out there and put on a show. I think they did it today here. What a race and what a time for these drivers. Putting it all out there and giving everything they had. Certainly could not have disappointed anything on their end, on their half.
And now, time for the checker flag moment of the race.
Final results presented by Redline Motorsports Media today. Robert Warrens catches a big break, and yet again, Dalton McKinney catching second. Old Oak going back in podiums for third. Wybab going fourth. This time after last week, Jason Henry goes fifth. Bobby Aaron sixth. Seventh to Sean Long. Mike Rideout eighth. Ninth to Matthew Hoffert. Jeff Radke goes top 10 to round it out.
As Warrens goes to go park it and burn it down a little more instead of parking it. He decided to go burn it down in the grass.
We'll chat with him in your top 3 when we come back here on Pizza Race TV.
Pell Mell Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media, everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By GainZFitness Incorporated. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations. Twisted mind, sweet design.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live here onto the show here. Our top three positions coming in today here. Jeff Oaks, unfortunately, not in with us just yet, but the old Oak coming away today here in the third spot here, so big congratulations to him here. But our second place finisher does get out of the truck, and the number 46, Dalton McKinney, putting on one heck of a little show there to the end there. Dalton, you had a lot of charge and a lot of rubbing and banging up to get to these guys, but unfortunately, just kind of cuts that wall off 3 and 4 with about 5 to go. What happened?
Yeah, I had already used my stuff up, and I don't really think I had much of a chance at that point. I was just kind of holding on. There early in the race when I had that incident and kind of got put to the back, I really had to use my stuff up to get back to the front. You know, with so few tires and the pits, if you're not saving the entire race, you're probably going to be at a disadvantage late in the race, and that's kind of what happened. I held on the best I could. I hate that happened to Radke there on the last lap, getting into the lap car, but congrats to, I don't even know, was it Robert that won? I think it was Robert, so a lot of fun racing with them guys. That was an absolute blast, and we were all on worn out tires and just giving it all we got, and he had a little fresher stuff there at the end.
Hell of fresh stuff indeed. McKinney, I just got to ask real quick, who do you want to thank her for this one, bud?
Everyone at threat level, all my teammates, a lot of fun racing with them guys. My painter, Johnny Williams, he was watching, I believe, so he puts on a real good-looking truck for me every week. And you guys for putting the broadcast on, and them guys for setting this league up. We're having a lot of fun, and it's looking forward to next week.
2 weeks from now, we'll have a little break for the 4th of July, of course. So, but Dalton, it's great to have you back. It's all good. But nevertheless, it's great to see you back, and we can't wait to see you the next time we get out on the track, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Dalton McKinney, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be your second place finisher today. The guy that comes away today in victory lane. Surely showed a few of the drivers up a little today, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Warren's coming back on top, and Robert taking it to the rock and taking it to the house, man. I think you was pretty much kind of sitting on cloud 9 after all the racing you did there. Well, tell me about that lap traffic ordeal and how you got around to finish this one out.
Oh man, that was quite the cluster at the end there. I wasn't sure how to navigate all that, but there was room given, and I was able to get under Corey Reed just at the end there, and Radke didn't fare too well being on his bumper, and he took a hard hit into the inside wall. But passing even Corey's stall, that was a challenge in itself. I thought he was in position for the longest time because I thought those guys were the lead pack cars with pit cycles, and it was a lot of tough racing to get it done today, that's for sure.
A lot of tough racing, a lot of tough ways to get it finished out today. Robert, I've got to ask real quick, sir, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Yeah, shout out to the General Store and Feg PC, Gain Fitness, the pit stall, and shout out to the league. This was an interesting race. A lot of cautions happened, and it looks like our strategy paid off by not taking tires at the comp caution. and just set us up for the W. So shout out to my brother. He didn't have any luck tonight, but he was cheering me on from the radio, and it was just a good time. Happy to not be a bridesmaid again and be on the podium and grind out the championship here. That's what I'm here to do.
Robert, congratulations getting this one at Victory Lane, bud.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
You too. We'll see him and a few other drivers later on throughout this season, but nevertheless, race fans, thank you so much for tuning in to the Gaines Fitness 100. Again, big thank you to the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Red Line Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, Ford Entertainment Group, CustomPC.com, to our friends at Gaines Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and Shriver Twisted Creations. Big thank you to them and everyone's support. Also, condolences and prayers to the Pottle family right now. They are in our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers today here, race fans here from Pizza and Race TV. So we love you guys and we miss you. We hope you're doing okay, and we'll see you next time you get back on the track. And nevertheless, to you fans out there as well, thank you all so much for watching. It's been a wonderful race with a wonderful time. You guys have a good one out there. I'll see you next time.